Hey everyone. So I was talking to my eldest son on the phone, and something that was occurring in his situation on the other end of the line, I realized that was something that resonates with a lot of us, that we all need a better understanding about, that could actually assist us and help us on our day-to-day journey. And I wanted to bring it to your attention. Okay, so languages are everything. Without language, we wouldn't be able to communicate. Now, I don't mean necessarily a physical communication or a language that comes out of your boca, out of your mouth, or intellectually or body language. I'm just talking about overall. So I'm not being specific about any kind of genre, not a specific kind of language or a kind of communication, just, vaguely, or every perspective of language, of communication. It's all very, very, very important. Without understanding or overstanding what somebody is trying to communicate with you, things can go downhill very, very quickly. Body language could be the complete opposite of what you intend through your mind's eye, your mind, your heart, and so on. Your facial expressions can mean the opposite of what you're trying to express. So regardless, the point is communication is everything. Now, when I'm talking to him, we were talking about something completely different, and I hear the baby crying in the background. And my eldest son is, semi-aggravated, but kind of trying to talk to him and telling him like what he couldn't and could do. And I had to explain to him something I know that I've said a few times. However, I'm going to make this video to ensure that not only can he replay this so I don't have to keep replaying it out of my mouth and wasting my time and energy, but he could simply go onto YouTube and go ahead and watch it again and again and again and again. So, now, babies. Boom. How do they communicate? Okay. So, before that you're able to intellectually understand the goo goo gaga, which some of them actually make those noises, and others were literally like, okay, what did you say? But they clearly communicated with you. They clearly let you know what they needed and what they wanted, right? Now, if you don't understand them, imagine how frustrating it is for someone, anyone, that is trying to express something to you, trying to communicate with you, and you don't understand them. You don't hear them. You can't even make sense of what they're saying. Their body language, their facial expressions, and their words are all conflicting, and you don't understand what it is they're trying to communicate. That could be so frustrating for an adult, let alone a baby. We have communication barriers all the time, blockages that will prevent us from being our best self because we have connection with people that we couldn't communicate properly, okay? So a baby, is frustrated because they're trying to communicate with you. You don't speak their language, okay? And in this instance, this specific baby, he definitely can talk when he wants to. He may not form complete sentences. He's not to yet. However, he does communicate to his best ability in his own language because some words he's adapted on his own and made his own language. I'm not kidding. However, when he gets frustrated, he gives up and he cries and he screams out of frustration. And so my son doesn't understand. Why is he screaming? Why is he crying? And I had to explain to him, what do you expect him to do? He can't tell you what he wants. He can't express what he needs. He's not able to break it down for you because you're not willing to allow him to communicate to you properly. You haven't adapted yourself to his lingua, his language, and you're not able to communicate properly. So out of frustration, he will scream and cry because that's at the point that he is right now. Some of us as adults, when we can't get our point across, we will have a temper tantrum. And it comes in all forms. Stomping your feet, getting mad, angry, cussing, screaming, and all the above. So imagine a baby. I could even take this like a whole different... You have a puppy, okay? You have a dog. You have a cat. You have whatever you want to name. I'm just saying. And there's a communication blockage. You're not able to interpret what they're trying to communicate with you. And they bite you. Well, they growled and they let you know a fair warning. get out of their face or stop you're hurting them or whatever the case may be. And then they turn around and they bit you to let you know you really messed up. That was the form of communication. Now you don't understand why you got bit. What else are they supposed to do? If they can't communicate, there's going to be some type of reaction. With every action, there's a reaction. Sometimes with action comes consequence, good or bad. All right, so in this instance, this baby, he screams and cries. I'm trying to put in the perspective, like, son, you have to slow down, you have to calm down. You can't get aggravated or aggressive or frustrated with him because there's a communication blockage. What you have to do instead is communicate with him however you can best. So sometimes you have to soothe the baby. Not hit the baby when the baby's already crying. Why discipline, hit, or, do anything that's not a good word, negative to the baby when all it's going to do is make the baby cry more when there is a solution? How would you want to be treated if you were that baby? I'm about to leave it on that. Peace, love, and light. I hate to be a light.